Так, всем здрасте. Здорово, Реджей. Ай, что сегодня? Возрождение Ubisoft. Через 8 минут. Алло, а где Рома? А, лох, скипнет. Ух. Опа! Окей. Начинается. Нифига графон, кстати, реально. Так, 4К у меня. А, нет, у меня не 4К. А тут нет 4К. А? Не. Опа! Ну тут только этот YouTube шалит. А, про то, как Ubisoft обосрались и ремейк говно. Ты посмотри, как выглядит. Сбегай до Ромы, скажи, что через 3 минуты уже. Ух ты! У них всегда графон был. Это у них всегда супер лютый графон был. Ну, видимо, тут нормально сделали. Там говорят, кстати... Не, ну ремейк. Ремейк, по сути, это как отдельная игра, даже другая, потому что, ну... Это прям полный ремейк. Там новые главы, сюжетные, новые персонажи. Полностью переработанные квесты. Полностью переработанная боевка. Так, да. Окей. Да. Минута 40. Before we set sail. Минута 19. Сколько смотрит? 50 тысяч уже, 50 тысяч, 50 тысяч. Ну что?
Бля, ну интересно.
О, это ГГ.
Так, выглядит пока все отлично.
Потрясающе.
Rum tastes sweeter among
Опа!
friends, pirate.
Они разговаривают.
Все, Якудза, пират Якудза Ингавай, часть 2, анонс, пиздец, наконец.
Наконец-таки Ubisoft занимаются правильными вещами, если
Эдвард!
делают.
Так,
Опа, дверь. А, есть там такой.
At it again,
Всем
again
привет.
away. I
20
thought
секунд.
you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Ой.
О,
о,
Not yet.
дружище!
10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
It was the worst keeping secret.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedom.
Под эту музыку!
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
Хорош! Хорош!
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look at you, it's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Black Flag Resynced.
Hey, everyone. I have to say, it is so good to be here.
So,
I played Edward Kenway
Так.
more than a decade ago, and you know, he's one of those characters that never really leaves you. Now, over the past months, we know that you've been waiting, or we know that you've heard things. And today, it is finally time to share with you what we've been
Official
working
game
on.
overview trailer. Okay.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a faithful remake of one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed games. It's totally rebuilt from the ground up with the latest version
Да,
of
с
the
нуля,
Anvil engine
полностью
and enriched
переделано
with
с нуля.
lots of new additions. Resynchronization with Edward's journey and memories. The same story, the same man, but elevated to a new level of immersion and realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures.
Окей, буквально
And I'm happy to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced will
9
be
июля.
released on July 9th, 2026. Today, guys, you are getting the real deal. The first ever look at gameplay. Everything that's been rebuilt, reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories. But enough of my talking, yeah? Let's just jump right in.
Окей.
Sail.
Вау! 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 What the hell?
Hello, pirates.
Oh.
Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway. And this
Black
is
Flag.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Resynced.
13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life. Rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling
Anvil
pirate
engine.
adventure.
На двиске, на котором Shadow сделался.
All right, let's set sail.
Dash my button.
Set sail.
Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
You play as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the
Окей, за
pursuit of
музыку отдельный
glory,
респект.
freedom, and a search for a better life.
I've seen your face before. Yous mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
Окей, окей, хорош, хорош.
After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles
Чё с
Vane,
качеством?
and
Какого
Blackbeard.
хера понизилось?
Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles Vane,
Так.
and Blackbeard. With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise, from dangerous waters to dense jungles, untamed lands
Бля,
and bustling historical
Надо смотреть
cities.
на это, короче, в отдельном видосе, а то на презентации качество съело, капец.
From the grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy
Так.
jewel of the Caribbean ruled
Алло, вы
by
тут вообще?
Templars,
Да,
Kingston's bustling trade hub, and Nassau, the beating
Это
heart
не
of the
норм, это
pirate
охуенно,
republic.
ебать.
Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunities,
Это не
conflicts.
Ubisoft, это.
The Caribbean world reaches a new level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting,
Original Resynced.
strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system.
Новая система.
Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Да, это то, о чем мы говорили.
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive. Creating the perfect backdrop for a life on the edge, where freedom is earned and danger is never far away. Time to draw swords, lads.
Боевка сейчас
The
покажет.
combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience. While
Хорош!
wielding dual
Наконец,
swords
это реально нормальная
pistols,
боевка.
and hidden blades, every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos. Land a perfect parry
Это
to open up your
секира.
target for an instant kill. Then follow with up to 4 chained
Это
takedowns.
супер хорошо, окей.
Use walls, ledges, and breakables to your advantage.
Оно прям по физике.
Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field.
Притянул его.
But fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key.
Ты посмотри, какой паркур. Это
As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved
Вау.
iconic
Это буквально
parkour
Assassin's
moves,
Creed 2.
from free jumps to back ejects
What
and
the
side
hell?
ejects. These options offer a range of reactive movements,
Мы реально
giving you
видим
tighter
хорошую
control,
Это
resulting in
как будто
greater
модель
speed
взяли на
and deadlier
Мираж
assassinations.
и воплотили.
Being
Ой,
a pirate
скрытое
assassin
добивание с
often
одного
calls
удара.
for
Это
a
так
subtle
хорошо.
approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now
Новая
crowd freely as
стелс-система.
part of your toolkit to approach targets.
Ассасины. Боже, никакой РПГ
Tailing and
прокачки.
eavesdropping missions
Никакой.
have also
Так,
been
я вздрог.
revamped. In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point.
Но в ремейке.
Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react. and you must adapt.
Они переделали
accordingly.
эти миссии, Отлично. Браво, браво.
Даже
New interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and
Когда,
progress
короче,
in your-
в оригинале, когда тебя находили, то все, миссия сразу заканчивалась и происходила десинхронизация, а теперь, короче, миссия будет продолжаться, но тебе надо будет адаптироваться под действие.
You named your brig after a boxy bird.
The Jackdaw.
Джек Доп,
What a
корабль.
beauty. Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before.
Воу. Воу.
With new
Whoa.
alternate fire upgrades
Okay.
for every weapon, you
Okay.
now have more power and flexibility to overcome opponents' ships in any situation.
Чё?
You will engage in epic battles,
Еще раз, фокус.
boarding
Я вообще не
Насколько-
слышно, Ром.
and falling.
Насколько часов Black Flag?
All of these
А
are
это,
back,
ну, на
and
часов
as
20.
challenging,
Как
dangerous,
старые
and
ассасины
exciting as
нормальные.
ever.
Слушай, ассасин на 20 часов это база. Хорошо,
To
что это
reinforce
ассасин не
your
на
crew,
150 часов.
3 brand new officers
Да.
make their entrance. Lucy Baldwin
Новая,
The
так,
Padre.
новые персы.
and Deadman Smith. Each officer has a
Они его
unique
выстрелил в
narrative
член,
questline that
хорошо.
reveals their backstory. Gain their trust to recruit them to your crew
Wow,
and benefit
wow,
from
wow.
their special gameplay abilities. Deadman Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
Даблшот открывает.
Это дабл больше урона.
Ты посмотри на эту
Explore the
красоту,
Caribbean alongside
боже.
your crewmates.
По
and
этой
trusted
веке
companions.
витон завезли
Витон!
приличный
You
дом.
can now find a cat or monkey for the jackdaw.
Да, Ромчик.
Что это?
Plunder other vessels.
Напомни, кто сливал инфу про ремейк?
Том Хендерсон.
Rogue Wave.
Хендерсон, как всегда,
Что там по проблем?
Or just soak up the sun.
Питомцев, обезьяны, там
Regaled by
коты будут
Shanty's
на
new
корабле,
owner.
можно питомцев заводить.
Не, ну котов за это база.
О,
О,
Пение на корабле,
Black
пение
Flag
на корабле.
Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains
Эти
faithful to what players love,
саботажи,
while
абордажи, точнее,
enriching the
абордажи.
experience with enhanced gameplay features. and
А в смысле, это
fresh
можно, то есть, корабли
stories,
чужие себя оставлять?
including ones
Да,
for the
ну то есть
officers you met
абордажи
on
Йоу.
можно на чужой корабль
Just between you and
вторгнуться.
me, new narrative arcs involving our old friends,
Новые
Blackbeard
нарративные.
and Steed.
Да, новые главы.
Defy empires.
Боже, музыка как
Relive
просто
the era's
бальзам на уши.
explosive events.
А что в 24 году, кстати, было?
Разрушение.
In the ultimate pirate fantasy.
Чё еще раз?
Gold, infamy and adventure await.
Какой был этот, в 24 году Ассасин?
Не было.
Again.
5 лет не было ассасинов, если что, между Вальгалой. Ну, Мираж только был.
А
Black
Shadows?
Flag Resynced.
Ну
We
так
set out to
Shadow
reconnect
спустя
with the
5 лет
heart of
после
Black Flag.
Вальгалы вышел.
From the start, the intention was clear: deliver a faithful and enriched experience grounded in what players loved. We've rebuilt
Okay.
the entire adventure using our latest Anvil engine. Expect fully overhauled
Разница прям
visuals,
день и
new
ночь.
additions that deepen its world, and enhanced
При том, что
gameplay both
оригинал
on
неплохо
land
выглядит.
and
Ну
at
как
sea.
выглядит ремейк?
Movement now flows more naturally from one action
Movement!
to the next, whether you're doing parkour across rooftops in Havana or fighting on the docks.
Ну боже,
Parkour builds on the latest design improvements from recent Assassin's Creed games,
не было
while still
паркура,
keeping it with
нам только в
classic.
Мираже был, и то он такой.
Combat now offers a more dynamic
С
swashbuckling
Unity,
experience,
ну
driven by
наконец-то,
precise
с
parries.
Unity нормальный паркур,
Stealth gets its share of
12
improvements
лет
too,
прошло.
and the ability to crouch.
Да.
They open up more tactical routes and subtle approaches.
Да
letting you
славится
shape the
Дерби
adventure the way
Макдэвид.
you want.
Дэвид Макдэвид.
Naval
вообще.
gameplay also follows the same
Mac-
philosophy
McDonald's.
and offers more tactical
McDonald's, да.
options. New officers will join your crew with powerful abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the
Прокачка
fight.
корабля.
The sea now plays an active role in
Это
how
при
you'll
том
be
не
challenged
RPG,
by the
прокачка
elements.
никаких
Weather
циферок
and
в игре не
waves will
будет.
influence how your ship will
Да.
handle, while preserving
не
the peace
RPG.
and freedom players remember.
Чисто
Assassin's
хорошо.
Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it with the care it
Это пока
deserves.
что лучший показ
This remains a
Ubisoft за
solo,
сколько
adventure,
лет
and
уже, блядь.
character-driven experience.
Я
Да.
давно
Not an
таких
RPG.
показов не люблю.
The focus stays on how you play
Подожди, еще раз.
time to rebuild it with the care it deserves. This remains a solo, adventure, and character-driven experience. It is not an RPG. The focus stays on
Браво,
how you
браво,
play
браво,
and how
браво,
you
браво.
explore the world.
Ubisoft
And as we develop the
в какой-то
game,
веке
we
свой
organize
быстрый
dedicated
только
workshops
любил.
with our community. These early player feedbacks played an important role in refining many of these elements. Here's a look at their most recent visit.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft Singapore studio where we
Ubisoft
invited
Singapore.
some of our biggest
No, one touch.
Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game and share their valuable feedback with us. Here's what they had to say.
I still can't believe that I can help the dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag is my favorite game, so to be a part of that process is just awesome.
It felt nice to be appreciated in that way, to give direct input about the game.
The feedback with the dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the criticism what needs to be fixed, what's great. They even asked more questions, so I love the feedback that they show us. And it shows that they truly care about what they do.
Wow. Back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue, and the new music.
I'm super excited to actually help improve the staff experience for the game.
Wow,
I care about this game, this remake. When I heard rumors about this game, I just wanted to be involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Some of this work came directly from spending time with some of our core players early on. We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity. This helped us refine some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he reads on screen, even the details on his face. That led to deeper conversations. Together, we explored different approaches, tested ideas, challenged assumptions, and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion and commitment have driven every step of this journey, and we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Oh, it really is so good to be back in this world. I believe the Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now. Jean, you were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake today. Now, before we dive into what the game is now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012? 2012. How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean, what were the pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillars was fluidity, right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other, without any friction. And the sea wasn't just an add-on to the ground experience. Naval gameplay was really a core pillar from day one. We also wanted a world that feels alive. Right? Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we faced back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in Resynced today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway. We have never approached Resynced as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward. And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest engine. It allows us to push dynamism, gameplay, immersion further, while keeping the original vision and story intact.
You mentioned before how collaborative the original game was, and can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time. And I remember actually in 2012, when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint, this week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work. And Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top of the Assassin's Creed 3 naval tech that was developed, in some specific missions. But you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major missions like the E3 demo that you worked on.
That's right. Right. So there seems to be like a real sense of continuity here, not just in the game, but in the people making it. One thing that really shaped Black Flag for me was how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And Jean, what was the intention back then, when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive. We wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right. And when you rebuild a game like this, I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind. John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted. And it took a lot of handcrafting, especially the facial animations. That's important because that's the soul of the game.
Разбор паркура, разбор боевки, разбор
изменений. Of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for chum.
Озвучка хорошая, новая.
By Christ!
And when you add new things to a game that people really know off by heart and they know it so well, the fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Well, actually, I felt like playing Black Flag, and not even noticing where the original end was ending and when the new content that Paul and the team wrote was starting. And this is something really, really important. That continuity is very much essential.
Jean, whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves, does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would John get upset? And if the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it. However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife, Caroline, that's written by Darby himself.
Yeah, I remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something, I don't know, there's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc reflects that. He thinks everything will be granted, that's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end, you realize that you lost all your friends. Yeah. Right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities and that makes him, like you said,
and that's exactly what I really leaned into, coming back to the character after, more than a decade. It's the same Edward, but there seemed to be like, for me personally, from the scenes that were written, kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight to Edward's journey, I guess that with Black Flag Resynced, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So, Matt, with Resynced, we made a clear choice. It is a pure story-driven adventure, and we are fully focused on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However, Resynced is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems. But we're staying true to its action-adventure roots. Resynced is a 2026 take
Не
on
будет
the original
включаться
legend.
DLC или
And for those of us who are
мультиплеер, это
curious, the
чисто,
original
короче,
will still be
одиночная,
available.
полноценная
And
игра.
John, so
Ну,
modern
я
Black
сам.
Flag that played a really
Был
specific
Freedom
role
Cry.
in Black Flag when it was
Его
released. So
ремейкать
can
не
you
будут, но
explain
давайте честно, Freedom
how
Cry
it fit
это
the
такой
franchise
себе
back then?
плюс в Resynced навалят
in
нового контента
2013,
прям.
the present day reflected where the franchise was at.
Freedom Cry, блин, я что-то помню о нем, но я уже...
Это вообще была стендалон
and
игра,
what it meant at the
кстати.
time. But now with Resynced, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the animus.
Ну,
The modern
история
day risks in
оригинального
Black Flag
Assassin's Creed
Resynced will
4,
feature
да,
new
по сути,
moments
но
that focus
расширенная
on
с
Edward's
новыми
internal
персонажами,
struggles.
квестами.
There's also something about Black Flag that I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought, you know?
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place under the bright Caribbean sky, you know? Palm trees, seas, movement. It's very generous in a sense. And that sense of escapism has always been part of the game, and I feel it's very relevant in 2020.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that people, I feel, never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Absolutely, man. It's the music. Especially the sea shanties. The sea shanties in particular have always been part of Black Flag's identity. For Resynced, we have kept the shanties that everybody loves, but we have also added new shanties. They are connected to the story.
Time ago, everywhere, 'twas a long time and a very long time.
So today, we'd like to reveal a collaboration with an artist that's deeply connected to the Assassin's Creed franchise. And this artist has a special place in my heart because of his work on Assassin's Creed Revelations. Woodkid.
Woodkid.
Woodkid!
Yeah, that's cool. That's great.
Woodkid.
Hey everyone, Woodkid here. I'm in my studio in Paris now.
Это тот, кто РДР писал?
Нет, это не то, он для Death Stranding 2 писал. И, ну, Рома, может, по уровню в Geometry Dash знать этого чего.
Окей. Я знаю, как
это. Very important for me, very linked to my career. It started like 15 years ago or something. And this time,
Они с годовым уровнем кладут. А 6 нравится Woodkid.
I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration, and these are themes that are very, very important for my work. You know, I've explored these themes a lot in my music. So I won't say too much, but I can't wait for you to hear what I've done for Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Having him return to the franchise, especially for Black Flag Resynced, means a lot to the team. We've been working on a newly reimagined track specifically for Black Flag Resynced, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, right. And, you know, music is just one of those things that the people remember long after they stop playing. I mean, I did. The sea shanties, I still play in my car now from time to time, you know, and this game means a lot to you, and we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me, and I'm not saying that just because you guys are here.
Для многих эта игра, кстати, очень много чего значит. Это самый популярный Assassin's Creed. И очень, как раз, кстати, опасно. Очень, кстати, опасно то, что они сразу ее
Ну, видно, что это
фанатов тут было легко. Но пока что то, что я вижу, а я играл в оригинал, я в ахере просто.
Надо будет все-таки перед выходом ремейка поиграть в Black Flag. У меня он есть на плойке.
А ты его поставил?
Before we wrap this up,
я не понял.
Не-не-не, это он для меня.
This is something pretty awesome. I saw it today for the first time, and I love it.
Я ты не поставил, я там не вижу.
So here we have an Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's so awesome, and inside is a really stunningly well-crafted figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there, slouched like me, really. And it's really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside, there's a notebook with all of like Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his adventures, and there's also a brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today, and If you guys like it, then you're gonna have to get your own Smash.
You deserve it.
Thank you. No,
You're
but,
welcome.
yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Очень
We
классно.
can't wait
Очень
for you to
красиво.
live or relive
И пока
this
что выглядит очень
thrilling pirate adventure
интересно.
with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced that will launch
9
on
июля.
July 9th, 2026. I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves. Cheers.
Okay.
Может, сейчас, кстати, напишешь pre-order today. Блять, мне так нравится, что они главную тему 9 июля play day one with pre-order now. Pre-order now. Срочно смотрим. Если там $60, а не 70, я срочно записываю Ubisoft в боге. Если
Ты
там...
их ставишь...
Давайте, я опасный предикт. Я думаю, там 60. Ну там это... Да, $60! 60 баксов! 60 баксов! 60 баксов! 60 баксов!
Бля.
Хлеб кошельки, господа!
А делюкс стоит всего лишь 70.
Всего 10 баксов дороже?
Да!
Можно вопрос?
Да.
Так, неизвестно на каких платформах выйдет, да?
Это, кстати, надо сейчас...
Что, уже закончилось?
Да, уже закончилось. Ну, полчаса шло.
Ну да.
Так, трейлер! Срочно пересмотрим под главную тему. Где Assassin's Creed официально? Official Reveal трейлер.
Как тебе?
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series и ПК. No Switch 2.
Вот.
Хорошо.
Ну ладно, на PlayStation 5. Боже, подожди. Так, нормальное качество надо, чтобы включилось. Есть 4К, есть 4К. Сука, давай. Окей, мы сразу можем видеть 3500 лайков на 100 дизлайков.
Ну да. Ну пока что всем нравится.
Пока все отлично.
We're so back. Нет, все пишут, что это охуенно.
Да.
Боже, под эту музыку.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
Это еще work in progress.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
We're pirates, kid.
Вот это
We
радуга
take as we
еще,
please and become who we
боже
like.
Да.
But that look in you, it's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
А Юбики когда-то делали?
It ain't work if you love it.
Тэм.
Да.
Да.
Так, ну это вишлиц. Сразу отправляется, я постараюсь предзаказать как можно быстрее. Ебать, в рекомендованных для такого графона всего лишь GTX 1660.
Это как...
А в рекомендованных RTX 360 всего лишь.
Второе предшествие Ubisoft?
Мы дожили до момента, когда Ubisoft это буквально Иисус.
Русские субтитры официально будут.
Мы дожили до момента, когда Ubisoft станет еще одним Иисусом.
Очень классно, честно, мне нравится. Но! Так, Вантаж еще Far Cry делает, да?
Вантаж вроде... А вот я не знаю, Вантаж вроде только Assassin's Creed делает.
Подожди. Hyperwave. Far Cry.
Нет, я говорю, Вантаж вроде только Assassin's Creed делают, они не делают это.
Не, я хочу посмотреть, подожди.
У Соника отвал жопы.
Ну, как же иначе?
Ну да. Главный фанат Assassin's Creed в мире.
Да не, это
Вантаж делает Assassin's Creed, и Far Cry и Rainbow Six.
Ну?
Вопрос. смогут ли это
Хорошо.
нормально...
В рекомендациях там...
Это ладно, захожу.
Окей. Отвал же.
Подожди. Господи.
Паркур как в Мираже, реально как DLC Миража. Ну все пишут охуенно, все пишут ахой.
Как ты думаешь, смогут они, кстати, еще закрыть Far Cry 7? Или типа как?
Так Вантаж не делает Far Cry 7. А я не знаю, что там с Far Cry. Том Хендерсон говорил Far Cry 7 производственным моду. Так что насчет Far Cry... Где вот мне боевку интересно? Вот она, во. Так, оценка.
Swords, lads. The combat system.
Ну это просто пиздец. Анимации, блядь.
Combat system has been entirely reworked into
Это буквально старые ассасины плюс что-то там.
Action-oriented experience. While wielding dual swords, pistols,
Просто с пистолета надо бить.
blades. Every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos. Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill. Then follow with up to 4 chained takedowns. Use walls, ledges, and breakables to your advantage. Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the play.
Бля, ты можешь, короче, чела взять захват, и этот может промахнуться и выстрелить в него, хотя он целился в твою голову. Окей, это хорошо.
Окей.
But fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or
паркур это просто
on the run, mastering your environment is key.
Близко, но с возвращением Assassin's Creed Unity.
As you navigate through
Ну не, в Unity все-таки, мне кажется, лучше.
Ну да, но все равно мы близки к
близко, это мы уже близко. Мы уже почти вспомнили забытые, блядь, технологии предков из 2014 года.
Да. Еще немного и мы вспомним запретные техники предков нулевых.
По этим самым будет охуенно.
Знаешь, еще немного и мы вспомним древние технологии предков из нулевых и начнем делать еще более охуенные игры.
Окей.
Окей.
Это охуенно. Буквально коммент.
Да. Ага!
Что?
Ладно, окей. Талер запустил трансляцию почему-то Steam Hardware HLX Waiting Room.
Не знаю, ладно, окей. Это
подожди.
Короче, Ассасин кайф. Реджейсон, как тебе? Вот Реджейсону как?
Я человек, который лишь слегка играл в Black Flag, скажу. Ubisoft только что стали каким-то по счету Иисусом.
Ну не Иисусом, давайте так, они Иисусом.
Я шучу!
Но в плане этой игры.
Я шучу, во-первых. Во-вторых.
Но в плане этой игры?
В плане игры выглядит здорово. Честно, я буквально хочу сейчас пройти оригинальный Black Flag, а потом в этой поиграть.
All you need, так.
Сейчас. Мне выглядит охуенно, но я не знаю, геймплейно тоже, но у меня нету времени сейчас. У меня потому что... Я летом, я думаю, я тогда пойду буквально летом, у меня будут дела. Нет, не ЕГЭ, господи, нет. Обла.
Ну обла. Ну бля, Артем, ебать, окей. Тебе захотелось поиграть, вот прям.
Да. Сейчас?
Ебать, я до Ивана это залетаю просто.
Ну, я не до Иван, но это все равно очень классно. Ред Джейсон, просто твое мнение лично, как ты думаешь, это начинается второе пришествие в целом Ubisoft как компания?
Ну, не Ubisoft, а Assassin's Creed, давайте.
Ubisoft! Именно я не ошибся. Ubisoft. То есть после Assassin's Creed еще разные студии будут наконец-то делать нормальные игры. Добавь Black Flag.
Учитывая, что это самое, кстати, там же реально Ubisoft развалилась, и те разработчики с ней никак не повязаны. Да, может быть. Ну, не знаю, что насчет Far Cry, но Рейман, например, какой-нибудь там, ну...
Ну,
давай
если получим полноценного Реймана, это будет даже здорово.
Ну, там, говорят, ремейк делают.
По факту вторые нулевые. Ну да.
Ну, надо посмотреть, все-таки мы сейчас увидели только их первый проект.
Но пока что
начинается, понимаете, это, по сути, первая игра Ubisoft после того, как они развалились полностью. Там Ubisoft полностью развалилась. Сейчас Ubisoft существует только как издатель, разработчиков там нет. То, что нам показывают Ubisoft Сингапур, это, конечно, здорово, но Ubisoft Сингапур так таковой уже не существует, кстати. Просто как факт. Это там просто, наверное,
ну, старые, кстати, кадры, да.
Это самое. На самом деле, игра должна была выйти в марте, в конце марта. То есть, по сути, мы должны были уже в нее как месяц назад играть. Но они отложили ее на пару месяцев ради дополнительной полировки. И это пиздец как пошло на пользу, я думаю.
Угу.
Я думаю, да.
Смотрите, что я хочу